Alright, we're going to do some scalloped potatoes today, and it's real simple. All we're going to use is onion, butter, some garlic powder, salt and pepper, and we're actually going to make a gravy to go over top of the potatoes as they go in, and it's really going to turn out really well. We'll be back in a minute. Alright, here we go. Here's our ingredients. We're going to use onion, a little bit of butter, we got the salt, the pepper, and the garlic powder. And I'm not saying that we're going to use all of this onion. It's about the simplest way to peel an onion. I'm thinking I'm just doing a small batch of potatoes, so I'm going to use about half of this onion. You can chop them as fine as you want, or as coarse as you want. I like coarse chopped onion and a lot of stuff, but not in my scalloped potatoes. I'm going to take about half this stick of butter. This is real butter. Put that in there. Put some heat to it. About a medium heat. Okay, we'll be back in just a second. When this stuff gets going, we're going to try to, basically you want to kind of caramelize these onions, so it's going to take a few minutes. When we get to that point, I'll be back. Alright, as you can see, our onion is pretty caramelized, basically a fancy word for browned. We're going to add the milk. A little bit more. Okay. We're going to take that off the heat. There's a reason for that. And that's because this flour is going to dissolve in a cooler liquid a lot easier than it's going to dissolve into a hot liquid. And we're going to add a little bit of pepper. And some garlic. And a bit of salt. And this is just regular iodized table salt. Okay, and then we're going to start stirring. And I'm going to put this on the heat until this flour is pretty much dissolved. So bear with me for just a second. We're going to add just a little bit more milk. I'm not making a great big batch of potatoes, so you'll have to you know, depending on how many people you're feeding. Remember, my rule of thumb is 1 to 1.5 potatoes for every person that you plan to be feeding. But you can see, cool liquid, this stuff's dissolving in there really nice. You try to do that in a hot liquid, and God, you'll be there all day and you'll never get all the lumps out of it. Let's see, it's pretty well dissolved now. Okay, we're going to throw this back on the heat for a second. Turn the burner back on. Now I'm at a medium heat here, and you're just going to stand here and you're going to stir this until it starts to thicken up. Once it's thick, we're going to pour this over our potatoes in the pan. And this can get a little monotonous, a little boring, a little tedious. Kind of get the picture of what I'm going to stand here and do once it's thickened up and I get ready to pour this. I got to peel some potatoes. I'll be back and we'll show you how to finish it up. Okay, you can see we got a fairly small pan here. This took 5 potatoes, and you can see that our gravy mixture here is thickened up quite a bit, and that's what we're looking for. We're going to dump this over top the potatoes. Now, I added more salt, garlic, and pepper to it to taste as I was thickening it up. So let's put this in here. Just let it run down in there everywhere. Hopefully try to keep it in the pan. That would be a plus. Alright. So a little bit more. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do, this is cheddar cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you would like. You can use American, just whatever you like to have on it. Put that on the top. We're going to stick this in a 350-degree oven for about an hour. Then we're going to check tenderness of the potatoes with a fork. You know, if they're tender at that point and the top's browned, then we'll be good to go. So we'll be back and show you what they look like when they're done. Alright, we're ready to put our potatoes in. I put a lot of cheddar cheese on the top. They're going into a 350-degree oven. I'm going to check them in an hour. You want to keep an eye on them because once this cheese starts to brown and it gets to how you want it, we're going to tint it with some foil. So we get to that point, I'll come back and show you just how I do that. Okay, one more thing before I put this in the oven. I put it on this tray because I don't want anybody yelling at me that their oven got really dirty. So do this. You can put a piece of foil on there, then you won't have to scrape this. I might even do that. So we'll be back when this is done. Alright, it's been 45 minutes into this. Starting to get some browning on the cheese, and you probably can't tell, but it's starting to drip over the edge. So really put this tray on it. Put a little foil on it. It's going to save you a lot of time washing the dishes. But when you tint something, it's pretty easy. You just want to make a tint. And it keeps the stuff from sticking to the foil, but it also protects it from burning on the top. So we'll be back in a minute when this is done. Alright, here we go. We're about an hour and 15 minutes in. You can see we got a nice cheesy top. The potatoes are nice and soft. And this is what we're looking for. So until next time, eat it.